Hello, Glitch River here, aka the original card game for the win, and we are going in on something that's it's interesting little convergence here. Right now we're at Friday Night Magic at home, as we have been before. Again, it was kind of weird when that one week was just put in a screenshot of you doing any other kind of general event. And that was, again, a weird mess for him. But we're back on the, uh, I guess you could say, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's something curated. That's it, a curated event. The last one wasn't exactly curated. It was more like, yeah, just figure it out. But now we're here, and this one is singleton format. So the idea is you start off with a minimum 60 card deck. I'm saying minimum 60 card because my deck qualifies. It's singleton, and it's a bit bigger than 60 cards. It's one that I do in standard a lot, actually. Like, this has been kind of one of my go-to decks for earning rank for a while, and now it's going to be in this event because it qualifies, so this is going to be just nuts. Mainly because I get to use one of my go-to decks for a while. This is my red-white deck, Legion's Light, themed heavily after the Boros Legion and their guild in Ravnica. So we're gonna go for it. And remember, some of these new battlefields are really interesting. Oh my gosh. Now, I only have to win twice. But I might just go back into the event and go some more because one of my quests is perfectly matched to my deck. So I might get the quest in just one game. I don't know. It just depends on how many cards how many spells I get to play. Because it's mainly for like red or white spells, and this is both colors, so it's gonna play fast. I'm trying to remember if I still have my kind of secret weapon for. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. Still, I'm wondering if I still have my secret weapon for doing quests in terms of colors in this deck. I'm gonna have to check at some point. Maybe in between. We'll see. Because I really like the card Sphinx of the Guild Pact. It's an uncommon, but it has a very special property. Ooh, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with my Diamond Knight. I'm calling white. Did I say white for me? Yeah, I did. Anyhow, thing is, Sphinx the... Ah, darn, that was just a weird sputter. But Sphinx of the Guild Pact, it counts as all colors. Like, seriously, it counts as all colors. You know, I think on this one, well, I do have some red, so I'm going to go ahead and call white. So doubling up on that. My Diamond does have Vigilance, so he'll be sitting there fine. But the thing is, Sphinx of the Guild Pact is cool. It's got flying. It's like a decently high-level creature. Yep, gonna get rushed. And it's hexproof from monocolored, which is interesting. So a spell like Take Vengeance would not have worked on it, because it can't be targeted by anything that's just one color. Ah, Daybreak Chimera. Nice. Well, let's And if you respond fast enough to somebody saying nice, you can say thanks. Just saying. But that's something you might not be able to do because it requires some timing. Like if you say or do anything else in between, it can throw that off. That's also why I like my Diamond Knight. But yeah, the fact is, whenever you play Sphinx of the Guild Pact, it counts as a spell of all 5 colors. So if you have a couple of quests, each for a couple different colors, it will count as 1 point towards each color. Okay. Mutation. Majestic Auricorn. Yeah. That's impressive. I'm also going to say nice back. But I also have a legend. It has been a good game. Diamond Knight may start off small, but as you can see, it gets utterly ridiculous. I'm gonna power up my Sky Knight. Oh gosh, that is just ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and risk Luris because they can't block all this. They are, in effect, basically doomed. It has been a good game, though. I mean, anytime you can get out of mutation, that's as well. So props to him for getting out a mutation on the field. That was... Okay, now remember, whenever you do Friday Night Magic at home, as an in-game reward, you always get, for each of those 2 wins that you're kind of quoted for, that you'll always get at least a rare or a mythic rare card. Now, I've never gotten a wild card out of these, but I'm not saying it can't happen, because I don't know if there's a rule against it. I just know that it says there'll be at least 1 rare or mythic rare. Oh my gosh, thank you. And by the way, I'm very sure this is my first, because as I said before, I think they finally, with this most recent update, corrected that weird bug they had with it counting everything as first, regardless, unless it was specifically when you were opening a pack, when it would actually say it correctly, whether or not it was your first or not. So this is my first of Jolriel, Monvuli Recluse. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 2/2 green cat creature token. Aww. It's a cute panther. Pay 4 generic and 2 green until end of turn creatures you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. So if you have a big hand size, darn lips, if you have a big, if you have a large, I need to rephrase that because my lips are refusing. If you have a large number of cards in your hand, that can get ridiculous, and there are some things even in Modern that can delimit your hand size from just 7. So you could get theoretically just hilarious. Let me see here. Do I have... Oh yeah, see, that was my first. That has nothing to do with this deck doing things. I didn't even cut loose with Yorion. But yeah, this deck is so complementary to itself that I often don't get to Yorion. Yeah, here it is, Sphinx of the Guild Pact. And 5/5 flying, it's all colors, hexproof and monocolored. It is for 7 generic mana, but it can be any mana, like that can all be colorless, and it still counts as all colors. So remember that quests can have like things like this, where it's like cast 20 white or red spells, and that would count as both colors. Anytime you have anything that's more than 1 color, it counts towards each of those. So if I played something that was black and green for its colors, and I needed black or green for a quest, it would count as 2 points towards the progress. And that's the same thing here. Whenever I cast Aurelia, she basically counted as both because she was red and white, and whenever I cast that Sky Knight, that one was red and white, so I got 4 points just from those 2 creatures. So half of this is actually 2 castings. And now I'm gonna go back on the run here. In case you're wondering why my in-game money is so low suddenly, there were actually some decent things in the shop that I wanted. So yes, I spent down a bit, but it was for some nice things, and this is one of the few times I think I'm gonna need to take a mulligan. Yeah, that's much better, I think. Kind of. I usually don't take more than one mulligan regardless. I think I can let her off for a while and see if I can cruise in. It'd be a little bit of a miracle if it works. Magic Nurse. Now there's an interesting name. And yes, I do have a companion. It's Yorian, Sky Nomad. As I said before, I was able to get him in as a side effect of how I tended to design my decks anyhow. So it's supposed to be a reward for doing it in an unusual way, but for me, it's more like a reward for having done it that way for a long time. It's like, yeah, you tend to do it this way, you can bond with this creature. So I'm like, thank you. Ominous Seed. Okay. Okay, I'll be able to afford some stuff soon. Just have to do so before that thing powers up. I got ways of getting around it still. Okay, lore scale portal. This is the perfect time. I will, in fact, pay 4. Because my Stone Coil Serpent has protection from multicolor. I could have paid this first just to either way, they can't attack without losing that lore skill portal right now. I will get my Mace of the Valiant up. So I got 1 white spell cast. Hello. Do you understand protection? Apparently not. Nice. Oh, denied. Oh, that was admittedly kind of hilarious. Reverend, I'm getting you out. Because I needed some creatures out there. Yeah, protection means something even more special than damage prevention. Well, thank you for presenting me for a target to destroy. And a good reason to Yorian you in a little while. Okay. It's about that time. I won't be able to take them out entirely. Well, actually. Let's see how much they're paying attention to Torbjorn's special ability. Oh! They didn't fall for it. So I was gonna rip one of those to shreds. This special ability boosts even his own damage. Any red source gets boosted by 2. If you would have tried blocking with that, thinking that it would have took the blow, it would have been destroyed, and I would have had my Stone Coil Serpent able to go again. That would have been interesting. But it's about to be up again soon anyhow because of Yorian. Because here comes an interesting trick. I can't really block either of those successfully. Health, please. Thank you. Actually, I don't think that can work with... I don't think that can work with Yorian either. Oh, guess it could. That's convenient. Do I attack? Well, it will be back in a moment. Goodbye. Aw. It didn't let me pay any money to get it back. Oh well. I just need to win another round, not exactly just always. Reign of Revelation. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. But yeah, that thing is boosted up fast, so... Then taking out my, or effectively taking out my, Stone Coil Serpent was pretty much the only way that they could really attack with it, because it's 2 colors. And Stone Coil Serpent is a, it is able to have protection. So they're completely defended against that constantly. But I wasn't able to keep it there. Okay, so I've got in more for my... How much more was I getting there? Ah, I'm over halfway through because of that. Okay, that's good progress. And that would be enough for a pack if I got both, so that would be pretty sweet. So zipping back in. Spell sword 10? Okay. That name alone is worth a friendly hello. I believe that is the classic tradition of many. Oh yeah, I could work with this. Anytime I can start with Beloved Princess, I'm feeling good. Yes, I have my dragon going. Yeah, Spell Sword, the classic Final Fantasy class of the special... Yeah, there goes my princess. Of special sorcerers who use magic-infused swords. Elemental dog showing up. Yes, it's tasty. Yorian later. need a bit more than... Sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not. It's still part of the game. However, lucky enough. Hello, True Fire Captain.
Whatever that means.
And we have Chandra. Now, time to start nibbling. Are you really sure about that? It's one of those things that you might want to leave unblocked. The special ability on this one is kind of ridiculous. But I'm going to get super annoying next round. Another land to do that. So I have something special, but I'm going to just do this. Did hit it. Okay. That burnt through a lot of their reserves. Still, I do have more creatures I can use. And other things too. So, let's see here. Do I want to munch or just strike? I think I went to strike. Then if they block, I'll get more damage in. You can block with enough to kill it, but it'll take a much bigger chunk out of you. Yeah. That special ability. Even if it gets taken down, it will just get ridiculous. Yeah, this guy. I'll just get that guy out of my way. Yeah, that's gonna be sacrificed in a moment.
Use 'em or lose 'em.
Ah, Kai's Bastion. Nice. Well. Sometimes it takes a god to fight a god. So, God Eternal Oketra.
Oh, I've got something extra special for you.
And they went for it all the way. Okay. They're still grabbing some cards. This is one of those search things, so this could take a while. Just that. Now they have a ton of mana temporarily. I'll be seeing her again soon. And that should go... Yep. Okay, you probably saw this coming, but, maybe not. Sergeant, let me out.
Who are you to call me mad?
I'd like Dragon.
Behold! A little pain won't stop me.
Well, it's been a good game. Let me see, just one of these, and yep, I should be fine.
I summon you!
Now here is a serious move. Inverclave. This is one of the special colored legendary artifacts of Throne of Eldraine. And that's also the typical reaction someone has to Embercleave, one of the legendary colored artifacts of Throne of Eldraine. Yeah. It would have been pretty cool to watch that go down, but, he's like, nope, I'm dead. Okay, I'm gonna do a little opening. I'm gonna get myself a real card. Okay, Kruger the Macro Sage. So, thank you, showing that I would have got that it is my destiny to collect the companions, and I already have, but shows it was my destiny. Okay, remember this is the newest core set, so I'm gonna get a lot of firsts. Battle Rattle Shaman. Crash through. might add, they're going to be having a return of Amonkhet at some point. I don't know if they're going to have it in main play or historic, so that's a good question. But this is one that I think was originally in Amonkhet, or at least it's themed after it. One of the two. Oh ho ho ho. Okay. Going Garrick. Garrick's Harbinger. Hexproof from black. Whenever Garrick's Harbinger deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature card or Garrick Planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So that one can help you stir up some extra help. So very nice, and that shows me where my progress bar is here. So that helps. So I was wondering how many packs I need to open. But, okay, so I haven't got that all the way through yet, so I think I'm going to just keep going here, even though I've already gotten my, my quota. Because I haven't got my quest progressed all the way through. And I'm showing off one of the decks that I use fairly frequently, so that's pretty cool. I don't normally get an opportunity to really show off this one as much, because it's not usually going with the events, but this one just happened to lock on, and yeah, I got my Sevi Trion on there. Yes, I have a Hawk. Let's see, don't need anything in particular this turn, so... And all the Trions have a somewhat cooling. Hello. I see you're playing some swamps there, so therefore I'd like to show that I do have protection black included in my deck. Specifically for reasons like that. This is good for a whack, but... Could I really pull this off right now? Yeah, I think I can pull this off right now. So early Ramper Cleave. And remember, protection means several things, including that whatever has protection can't be blocked by the color they're protected from, or whatever else they're protected from if it's creatures. Okay. Well. Maybe also like this. Oh, gulp. The nomming continues. Just chewing through opponents with that lifelink. I do love me some lifelink. It's one of the reasons why I play white and black so frequently. Oh, that's so not gonna last. All I need is one more mana and Yorion's in here. Now they got in a decent one. Cause that's a pretty nice enchantment there. I like it myself. So Luxwine Paladin. They were even able to play the Adamant cost to give it a boost. You can only play one. Yeah, they saw the danger in that one. They knew that if I played that, I'd be able to knock out the last. Funny thing is, I can cast this from my graveyard, so even if I get this discarded, I can still use it. Guardian? It's been fun, but it really is hard to complete. That's why I did a tribute to it in a very special way. But that was on another channel. Was that enough to get... No, that did not trigger all the quests yet. How close am I? Oh, I just need to cast 2 more creature spells. Okay. That means basically I win this quest the next round. It'd be pretty difficult for me to not play 2 creatures. I mean, this deck is good at blitzcragging, often with few creatures, but it's very unlikely that with my next battle, it's going to be less than 2 creatures getting played. Because I know I played more than that the last one. But Yorian finished it for me. It's actually the first time I've had him do that. I've had him in good support before, but to bring it home that way? Sweet. Bone Crusher Giant. Always. If I get to start with Bone Crusher Giant, I definitely will do so. This is the one where I can mine. Oh, God. Not having hot dogs before you record. Get those guys. But I don't know if that really comes through. Just saying, be wary of recording after sometimes. Because it might just come back to Okay, so I can take a turn to get my plaza out, which is nice. Gateway Plaza, it always starts in the play tapped, and you gotta pay 1 or you gotta sacrifice it. But then after that, it just lets you play 1 mana of the other. Okay. Quick stop, since they just make that thing hexproof anyhow. Ah, that's one way to get the ability more than once. Literally one way, but hey, it works. Here's my giant. Now you can cast spells on him, but it'll cost you. He's also one of those retributive types. becomes the target of any spell, deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So it's like, yeah, you can burn them out, but you're gonna have some serious pain. So you might want to reconsider. Yep, targeted it. Took a little extra. Must congratulate. Now yes. Must congratulate you on actually going through with it, though. I need. Well, do I really need more white? I don't really think I do. Start your end getting ready. Raking Claws. I might cycle this. Usually I don't. Usually I do it for double stuff, but I kind of cycle. Ah, Luris. Hi, Luris. Good to see you again. Interesting. I actually didn't get to play 2 creatures this time. Very rare. At least I don't think I did. No, I didn't, so I need to go for it again. Otherwise I would pop my quest up. But yeah, that was a slow start, so didn't really have the ability to play more than 1 creature. And I don't think that if I'd played Gideon it would have counted, because he counts as a planeswalker. He just has an ability to let some be a creature on your turn, but it doesn't count as a creature's spell. And that's what it's counted as, and that wouldn't have worked. Oh, Heliod. Okay. I'm game to see if this works, because he is an creature. Ah, there's Aurelia. This could get very interesting. And I've got Angelic Exaltation. That was always fun. At least for me. So I just like how it works.
Play nice thing. I adore an order.
He can be annoying to this administration.
My friend is here to help your pain.
Okay, got them in turn. See, does this work while he's an enchantment creature? Or just an enchantment? Not sure. Nope, it does not. I had to cast that to check. So that was for science. Now he is an enchantment creature, so even though the devotion is less than what's required to trigger his ability, it should still count in his quest. This is quest to busting here. Or a quest to check how it works. But yeah, again, camera luck is very good. Usually I absolutely rock with this deck. Now let's see if that counted, though, because I am curious. I'm very curious. Does that count? Because he's an enchantment creature. Does that count as a creature spell, even though it entered the field only as an enchantment? Yeah, that worked, because it goes with the beginning type, so the game knows how to actually operate. That's good to know. So that's it for those quests for now. And I am temporarily out. So, yeah. Yeah, that pretty much covers the event. I mean, I got my main wins that I needed. I got to show a bit of what that deck does, but not really as much as I was really hoping for. So, maybe another time you'll be able to get to see that particular deck again, or in evolved form, because there's something coming up, and that will be the rotation. I don't remember when the next rotation will be, but I know it's coming soon. However, they're going to rotate out the new Ravnica block, and from like Throne of Eldraine forward, it's going to be there in the new rotation, so I'll still have access to Throne of Eldraine, access to Ikoria, Theros Beyond Death, and others like that in terms of my deck designs will still be considered standard. But now that Historic's also considered more the mix than it used to be, that's also a good thing, and I'll probably do some of that at some point, because it would be nice to do some Historic ranked as well, where I can mix it up more. And yeah, this calling out about the whole rotation and stuff, but that is upcoming. It's not quite here yet, but we're getting there. There is something that I'd like to kind of show that's interesting, now that I got a little bit of time again, and that is, we don't have Brawler's Guild Hall anymore, but we do have Brawl now constantly available. And it's not something that most players are always in the mood for, and it's not something that they're always against either. It's something that a lot of us just like to do on occasion. As whenever I feel like a brawl, I feel like a brawl. And there are some people that are seriously into brawl level type stuff, and some that just aren't. But the thing is, during the time that the whole event happened, they decided that Brawlers Guild Hall events would not have any kind of any entry fee at all associated with them for a while. And that was partially provoked by, world events, but partially, I mean, in my opinion, I know some other people were saying, is that really worth it for like one qualifying commander card? And well, for me it depends on the card, but it's just like one of them I got, Hannah, Weatherlight Navigator. She was one that heavily completed a theme that I'm going to be gradually working on over time. And whenever I finally complete that deck, it is going to be just a whopper, because I want it to show the full journey of not only the Weatherlight, but their legacy afterwards. Or at least as much as I can in Arena. So for me, it was totally worth it, and I would have went 10,000 in on that. But it was during the times that they had that for free, so I didn't have to pay any in-game gold. And they also used that as an experiment to see just how much Brawl would play into things overall if it was available all the time. Is how much people go into it. And they were originally wanting it to not take away too terribly much from standard ranked and I wouldn't say historic ranked. They were actually really gauging against two things: standard ranked and draft. So between standard and draft, that's the two things that they were wanting to see the most of, and therefore they were hoping that Brawl wouldn't really detract from that too much, but they were doing an experiment. And now they found out that people just do it occasionally whenever they feel like it, like if they're between other major quests or something, or between other major events that they feel like they want to enter but they don't have something at the exact time, that they feel like, why not a Brawl? And I'm kind of like that too. I may do it a bit more often than that, and it does count towards your quest progress and like weekly wins and stuff like that. And so for me, when I feel like using Brawl to fulfill that, I will. So if I happen to see the right quest come up, I might switch back to Garruk and go brawling. Or I might do a whole new deck, like I might do a whole new Brawl style deck just for the occasion. And again, I also do believe that there's a certain advantage in playing Brawl format in terms of getting emblems. And if that's like a personal, almost like scavenger hunt for you, like it is for me, then that's kind of my suggestion. Have a Planeswalker as your commander, and it's more likely that you're actually going to be able to pull off getting their emblem, because then it's the Zen of when to play, not if you play. And that's a big deal. So, yeah, there's that whole thing. Like, if I click Brawl here, I can just say select deck, and I've got, now some of them right now I've got on historic Brawl style, so that's a different story, and that brings up another point real quick. This Eternal Brawl style is only based on standard, whatever standard at this time, and as I've said with the rotation, that depends on what it is currently. And the thing is that right now, as it stands, this is considered to be standard Brawl, and my other decks are not. It'll put anything that qualifies up here first, by the way. It'll have, like it says here, invalid decks, it'll put them out, and it might say reasons why. Like, for example, this one isn't technically even formatted right. So forget the invalid cards thing. It's partially based on formatting, because whenever you're editing a deck, you can say which format you'd like for it. So since most of these are not even in Brawl, then it won't even qualify. And that's the one I'm working on eventually getting really cool, the Weatherlight Legacy. It's going to take me a while to fully get enough time to build that thing right, but I want to make sure that I do it just the right way. So we'll see when it comes to that one. But as I was saying about Brawl, it's standard Brawl style that works. So historic Brawl, on the other hand, and I'll just at least have that selected for now. Historic Brawl is still going to be limited to events. Like, if they have like a Friday Night Magic at home, it's Historic Brawl, then you can go with your Historic Brawl deck. Or if they have like another major challenge that's not necessarily Friday Night Magic at home, but just some event down the line where they're doing Historic Brawl. So that won't happen all the time, but when it does, might want to look out for it. So for now, I'll be logging off. I hope to hear from you all later. And bye for now, everybody. And remember, MTG forever.